When you're given an inch, take the mile. In business, especially. I can go into all the philosophical stuff about your personal life, how you need to be okay with giving more, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, when you've started to give already. But we're going to leave all that out of here. When you're given an inch, take a mile in business. Now, what that means is not go out and take advantage of everybody's kindness and graciousness when they're good to you and leave them high and dry. Absolutely not. Do not do that, please. There's enough scummy people out there who do that already. But what that means, at least in my mind, is when you're given a little bit of success. I don't know if you don't have to be religious, but for me, when God blesses you, when God graces you with a bit of success, maybe that's signing your first client in the business. Maybe that's signing that huge deal. Maybe that's closing, a big chain of retail stores for distribution. Maybe that's finding that fifth access machine that you can add to your shop that you wouldn't have been able to afford without this crazy deal that he placed in your lap. When he's given you that, what can be considered an inch, that inch of success, that inch of um, goodness, we can call it that. Take a mile. He's given you the first step. Now turn that into a mile. And so for me personally, what's been kind of stewing in my brain with this topic for the last little while is the fact that when I first started my business, we had a hell of a time getting clients because there's so many marketing agencies out there, and someone will always do it for cheaper than you can. And someone will always do this service or that part of the service that you don't. And they're going to seemingly always be doing better than you. And for me, the first probably year and a half of my business was brutal for that because there was requests for applications coming in, like actually mobile apps. And so we had to turn away stuff that we couldn't end up doing. There was websites that we weren't equipped to do. There was certain other projects like going on like billboards. Do you guys do brochures? Like all this shit that we couldn't do when we started. And we had to turn it away. But when we were blessed with a client who fell into something we could do, that inch, that little taste of success, that little taste of graciousness and goodness, we were able to take that inch and turn it into a mile by leveraging that client's name and by leveraging the work that we did for that client. So obviously we still had to be good at what we did, and we still had to be good at communicating with the client and being okay with them saying no if we asked them to use their name as a referral or in our case studies. But when we're given that inch of getting that client that we could leverage, we're able to do that and take a mile. And what we're able to do is from when we got that first client to when we got that second client, the gap went from here to here. And we went from client 2 to 3 and went from here to here. And so on until there's not a huge gap anymore in finding clients and in turning them from strangers to long-term clients. And now there's a lot of instances and a lot of, I guess, content at least out there, specifically from Hormozy, who was saying like, yeah, when you get that first client, you need to leverage it to your second one and then so on because you have that social proof. And 100%, that's exactly what this is. But I don't know if he's covered this. I'm sure he would feel very similarly. That aside, when you're given success, you need to capitalize on it and move forward as fast and as far as you possibly can. However, you cannot, under any circumstance, do it at the expense of your own reputation or at the reputation of the person who was your referral. Like I said, I'm going to keep this just in business because this could be a podcast on character. We could talk for hours about integrity and things like that, but I'll keep this short. If somebody is willing to give you that inch, do not use that inch to stab them in the back. Take the mile forward, move forward, and turn that freaking inch into that mile. I know I'm saying the same thing over and over again because I'm trying not to get passionate or go crazy. But don't put your reputation at risk and don't put someone else's reputation or well being at risk. They've been gracious to you to A, give you that inch, and to B, give you the opportunity to use their name in a lot of cases. Yeah. That's what I got for today. That's what I've been kind of stewing on a little bit lately. Uh, man, when summer comes, I'd like to do some cigars on the podcast. I think that'd be fun. But that's what I got for today, man. Just be a good person. If somebody's being gracious to you, be gracious back to them. And if they're being good enough to bless you with some type of success or some type of win, make sure you don't let that win go to waste. Because a win is a bit of a gift in two parts, at least the way I'm talking about it as far as signing a client goes. It's signing a client, it's adding dollars to your bottom line, but it's also the opportunity to sign more clients with the social proof that someone already has trusted you. So that's what I got for today. Hope this helps somebody. Hope this makes sense. So I'm not just rambling for nothing. Let me know. What do you think in life, in business? What are your thoughts on that? When you give someone an inch and they take a mile, how do you respond? What are your thoughts? Yeah.